Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Vipul Gupta. I hope you guys are doing great and enjoying this SQL interview preparation series. So guys, today I am back with another interview problem. This problem has been part of Airbnb's data analyst interview. And guys, Strata Scratch has categorized this video as a hard problem, but as per me, the complexity level is medium of this problem. And in this video, we are going to discuss the problem statement and the step-by-step solution to this problem. But before proceeding further, I just want to ask you guys that if you have any suggestion around any specific topic, around anything, it could be my teaching style or anything, just let me know in the comment section. I'll try to do the needful as soon as possible, right? Also, I have noticed that people are watching the videos, they are liking the videos, but they are not subscribing the channel. So guys, my suggestion is that do subscribe my channel, because after few days of gap now I am making videos more consistently, and by subscribing you will not miss any update regarding the upcoming videos, right? So please do subscribe my channel Analytics with Vipul for more videos like this. So guys, now let's jump to the problem statement and let's understand the problem statement first. So guys, the title of this problem is growth of Airbnb, and the ask here is that we need to estimate the growth of Airbnb each year using the number of hosts registered as the growth metric, right? That is, we need to estimate the growth of Airbnb for every year, and the growth metric is number of hosts registered, right? Now, the rate of growth is calculated by taking number of hosts registered in the current year minus number of hosts registered in the previous year divided by number of hosts registered in the previous year. So guys, this is simple maths. We are just taking the difference of number of hosts registered in the current year and number of hosts registered in the previous year, and then we are dividing this difference with the number of hosts registered in the previous year, right? So guys, this is simple maths and we are using this to calculate the growth percentage. Now we are multiplying it by 100 because we want to find out the percentage, right? Now it has been asked that we need to output the year, number of hosts in the current year, number of hosts in the previous year, and the rate of growth, right? And we need to round the rate of growth to the nearest percent, and we need to order the result in the ascending order based on the year, right? Also, we have to assume that the data set consists only of unique hosts, meaning there are no duplicate hosts listed, right? Cool. So guys, now after reading this problem, let's make some pointers and we are going to refer those pointers while writing the final query, right? So the first thing is, in the select statement, what do we want to print? We want to print the year, number of hosts in the current year, number of hosts in the previous year, and the rate of growth, right? So year, let me copy it from here, right? It will save our time. Cool. Now, in order to calculate the rate of growth, we have been provided with a formula, right? So we can use this formula to calculate the rate of growth. So let me copy it from here. So rate of growth equals to this, right? Cool. Now the third pointer can be, we have to round off the rate of growth to the nearest percent, right? So round the rate of growth to the nearest percent, right? And finally, in the final output, we have to order the data set with respect to the year in the ascending order, right? So order the result in the ascending order of year, right? So guys, these are the 4 pointers that we are going to refer while writing the final query, right? But before doing that, let's take a preview of the data set. So guys, here we just have one data set and the name of that data set is Airbnb search details, right? So guys, here we have the ID column, price. So guys, this ID is the property ID, right? Price is the property price. Then we have property type, whether it's an apartment or cabin or house, or there are some other options as well like villa, right? Now then we have room type, so the kind of rooms which are available in that particular property. Then we have the amenities, Then we have accommodate, so it is showing how many people can be accommodated in that particular property. The number of bathrooms, bed type, cancellation policy, cleaning fees, city, host identity verified. So guys, this column is showing whether the identity of the host is verified, true or false. So T is representing true and F is representing false, right? Then we have host response rate, host since. So guys, this is the date when the host has been listed on Airbnb, right? Then we have neighborhood, then we have reviews, review score, zip code, bedrooms and beds. All right, cool. So guys, now we have taken a preview of the data set. Now let's go back to the pointers and try to map the ask with respect to the available columns, right? So guys, now the ask is that we have to find the year, number of hosts in the current year, number of hosts in the previous year, and the rate of growth, right? So guys, now what do we want to find? So in the select statement, we have to print the year, number of hosts in the current year, number of hosts in the previous year, and the rate of growth, right? So now after taking the preview, we have observed that there is only one column around the date, that is this column. The name of this column is host since, right? So guys, this column is displaying the date when the particular property has been registered on Airbnb, right? And this is what we want. But here the challenge is that in this column we have the date, but we just want the year, right? So in order to do that, we can use year function to extract the year from this particular date, right? After that, we have to find out the number of hosts in the current year, right? So this is number of hosts registered, right? So guys, now in order to find this number of hosts registered in the current year, what we can do, corresponding to a particular year, we can take the count of host IDs and it will give us the number of hosts registered in that particular year, right? So now first of all, let's do this part, right? So I am writing a select statement. So select. So first of all, I want the year from this column. So I will be using year function, right? As year. Now after that, I am taking the count of ID as number of hosts registered, right? From, let me copy the name of this table from here. All right. Now we are taking the count of IDs, that is we are aggregating this count with respect to the year. So we need to provide group by 1. So 1 is representing the year column, right? Now let's execute this to see what we are getting. Great. Also let's order this. So order by 1. Great. So guys, now we are getting the year and the number of hosts registered in that particular year, right? Cool. So now what is the ask? The ask is that we need to find out the number of hosts in that particular year and the previous year, right? So now if you see this output, here we have the year and the number of hosts registered in that year, right? And we want this number of hosts in the previous year, right? So let's explore this data set first. So guys, for year 2009, we have the count as 2. And since this is the first year when Airbnb has started, so we do not have any number for the previous year. So this part will remain null. But for 2010, 4 is the number of hosts registered in year 2010. And for the previous year, that is 2009, the number of hosts is 2, right? That is, we want this 2 to be printed here. Similarly, for 2011, 9 is the number of hosts registered in the current year and 4 is the number of hosts registered in the previous year, that is 2010. So guys, I hope you are getting the pattern, that is we want to print this value here, right? And since for 2009, this is the first year, so it is going to remain null. So guys, in this scenarios, what do we want to do? We need to use lead or lag function, right? But since here we want to print the previous value, so we are going to use the lag function, right? So now let's apply the lag function here to find out the number of hosts registered in the previous year, right? So for that, so lag. So now on which column I want to apply lag? The column is number of hosts registered, right? But I cannot use this alias in the lag function directly. So I would be using count of id, right? So count of id, and then we have to pass the argument like how many rows we want to skip. Here we just want to print the previous value. So I will be using 1. Now I will be writing the keyword over. So guys, generally if we want to partition our data set, we can use partition by and we can provide the name of the column. But here we do not want to make any partition. So we just will be providing the order by. Now we want to order by this data set with respect to the year, right? As number of hosts previous year, right? Now let's execute this to see what we are getting. Alright, so guys, by mistake I mentioned the alias here, but I have to write this thing because year is not defined yet, right? Now let's execute this. Great. So guys, by using this lag function, we are able to print this value from here to here, right? And since 2009 is the first year, so we are getting a null value here, right? So guys, now let's revisit the pointers to see what is left, right? So here we have year, number of hosts registered in the current year, number of hosts in the previous year. Now the fourth thing is rate of growth, right? And in order to calculate this rate of growth, we want to use this formula. Now let's proceed further to calculate the rate of growth. Alright. So guys, now let's put this part in a CTE. I prefer CTE while writing complex queries because with this you can break your problem and also it is pretty easy to understand, right? So I am putting this part in the CTE. So let me show it to you. Select star from CTE. So we'll be getting the same output. Cool. So now we have the 3 columns, but we want to find out the fourth one. So for that, what we can do, we can write. So guys, this is the alias for the number of hosts registered in the current year, right? So we can copy it from here. So this minus this. Now I will be dividing it with this again, and we have to multiply it with 100 because we want to find out the percentage, right? So percent 100 as rate of growth. There is a miss. I have to put an underscore here. So guys, now let's execute this to see what we are getting. Alright, so guys, here we are able to calculate the rate of growth as well. So guys, now we have the rate of growth, but the ask here is that we want to round the rate of growth to the nearest percent, right? And in order to do that, I will be using a function. The name of the function is round function, right? So let me use the round function here, and I will be passing this part in the argument, right? So this is the first argument. Then the second argument would be 0 because we want to round it off to the integer, right? So guys, now let's execute this to see what we are getting. Great. So guys, now we have rounded off the rate of growth to the nearest integer, right? And the last ask is that we need to order the result in the ascending order of year. So guys, this part is not required because we already have used the lag function, right? And in the lag function, we have already ordered the result with respect to the year, right? So guys, I know this problem is pretty complex. So let me give you a recap of what we have done, right? So guys, first of all, we have used the year function to calculate or extract the year part from this particular date column, right? After that, we have taken the count of IDs to calculate the number of hosts registered in that particular year. And then we have used the lag function so that we can bring the count of hosts registered in the previous year next to the count of hosts registered in the current year, this way. So here we have brought 2 here, 4 here, 9 here, and so on, right? So for this we have used the lag function, and it is giving us the number of hosts in the previous year, right? And then I have put this part in the CTE, and then I have applied the further calculation of rate of growth, right? And then we have taken this formula which is available to us to calculate the rate of growth, right, from this CTE. And guys, this is the output and it is the desired output. So guys, thank you for watching this video. I hope you liked it. If you like the video, do not forget to hit the like button and subscribe my YouTube channel for more videos like this. And I am reiterating this thing once again, that if you have any doubt, any query or any suggestion, or if you have any problem state and you want me to make a solution video on that, you can reach out to me on my Instagram, LinkedIn or Gmail. All the details are mentioned in the description section below. So guys, thank you for watching this video. Keep learning, keep growing. See you in the next video.